Grand Rising wonderful souls, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing really well. If you're new to this channel, my name is Bronwen, welcome in, it's good to have you here. And if you are a returning subscriber soul family, it's good to have you back. Please note that there is a copycat on TikTok still copying my my content. I only say that because they like to put it into 10-minute little installments. So just so you know, you can't use this video because I already said that. Start again. What's going on? Getting under your skin. Okay. Grand Rising wonderful souls, welcome to Bronwen's Cove Tarot 111. It's good to have you here. If you are new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Bronwen. It's good to have you here. If you are a returning subscriber soul family, it's good to have you back. I know I usually am not in this setup, but my kitchen is a kitchen and sometimes I have to use my kitchen. If you are new to this channel, I'm usually in the kitchen with lots of things around me, but I'm using the washing machine. So we're going to be here around loads of art. This is art by one of my close friends, Katarina Clifford. See if you can see them. If you like them, let me know and I will link their Etsy store in the description box down below. Now, I'd like to thank everybody who has been supporting the GoFundMe that has been running since 2024. This is it's actually to support a very small, unknown charity, and it is called Loku's Dog and Cat Care Rescue. It's based in the east coast of Sri Lanka and it covers every single animal when it comes to street dogs and street cats in the east coast of Sri Lanka. It's the only animal charity there, so everyone drives or travels to get to this charity, which means they're always struggling. They're always inundated with new cases of puppies with mange or animals that have been hit by tuk-tuks, and it all costs a lot of money. We have been able to raise quite a bit so far, but you have to remember that it goes very, very quickly. It goes very, very quickly. It goes on medical care. It goes on travel to get them to the medical care. It goes on deworming, on mange treatment, on food. Anyone that would like to be part of this GoFundMe that hasn't yet, please have a look down below with because you can see information on this GoFundMe. You will also be able to go straight to their website. They do have a YouTube also, but they are at the moment only in Sinhalese. If you are Sri Lankan and you speak Sinhalese, it would be really, really awesome. You could always reach out to them if you want to on translation, because that's one thing that's holding them back from having lots and lots of followers. If you have already donated and you have already shared, thank you so much. It makes such a difference. If you haven't and you can't afford to donate right now, if you could just grab the link down below and just share that with your loved ones, share it with as many people that can then share it with as many people, because the more that we send that love out, the more awareness that comes back. Now, I've rambled on enough. Let's crack on with our reading. There is something going on with trying to get under someone's skin. Like, I know that I heard scare tactics. Someone trying to do scare tactics of some sort. So I want to see what would like to come out today. We have the Chariot coming straight out in reverse. So this is to do with how you heal. It's to do with how you look within, especially with the Hermit card. When you think of that old man with the lantern that kind of keeps himself to himself, but really what he's doing is he's going on a soul-searching mission. He's looking within himself. That lantern isn't so much to guide his way as he's walking through the darkness, let's say at home, walking home. He's taking that lantern and he's pouring it within himself so that he can see where it is that he hurts. What is it that he needs to work on? The Chariot in reverse is the opposite of this. This is being stuck in some sort of energy that isn't conducive for growth. We also have the Three of Wands here. So it could be there's one or more, I'm sorry, there's like some kids outside having a good time in the sunshine. So you may hear them squealing from now and again. But the Three of Wands is, I'm hearing there's more than one person doing this. And it's something that someone's building on. Fear is important here. We have the Eight of Cups coming out, something overwhelming. Let's put these out. The Chariot in reverse is also Cancer energy. So this could be familial. This could be a brother, a sister, a cousin, a mum, a dad, whoever that may be. I'm getting grudges. I don't know why I'm getting that, but grudges are coming in. The number 7 on here is on here even more than once. You have the 7 up here, and that's how I do my 7s with a little line across. And then you have the 7 here, okay? okay? Someone's out of luck, or someone wants you to feel like you're out of luck. The Three of Wands here, each one has a flame at the top. So this is something that they're expanding on. Why are they expanding on it? For what reason? King of Wands is coming out to the Eight of Cups. Okay, they're really pushing something here. Why? What are they trying to do? I don't know if they're trying to give someone nightmares. Three of Cups is coming out. Well, they're trying to give someone nightmares. It may not be working. They may be trying to... There's something about failure. Yeah, the Devil's come out here. The thing is, the Devil came out and right underneath is an angel with the Eight of Pentacles. You're being told that if you feel like somebody is trying to send like spiritual warfare, that you are very, very protected, and anything that you may be dreaming about, whether you find it scary or not, you're being told that if you remember any of your dreams, to note them down, because I feel like there are messages coming from angels within. Any experiences that you have at night time. There's something about experiences at night time that are supposed to scare you, but they're not. It's opening you up to a broader understanding of something here. I'm going to put down the Three of Cups next to the Three of Wands, and so the Three of Cups is in reverse. We also have here the Devil. So this is someone trying to dip it into a wounded part of yourself, which is very strange. It's to do with your 6th house. It's to do with your working conditions, or to do with how it's not just work, it's also nutrition. Because I'm looking at their hands and what they've got in their hands. One has got a glass of wine and the other one is smoking a cigar. So these are addictive traits. Someone's trying to push something to what, mess with your work routine, or to mess with the way that you are motivated. Why is this happening? Please and thank you. Why is this happening? Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, because someone's coming forward with money, or because someone needs money. Clarity on these knights, please. Thank you. The Magician's coming out in reverse to the Five of Wands. So something's not working here. Something's not working the way they want it to. I think they're trying to stop someone from coming towards you. And it seems like whoever this person is, you don't really want them to come towards you anyway. So it's fine. It's like you're doing us a favour. The first one that came out is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is a slow investment. It's something that builds over time. Yeah, it's the slowest knight in the deck. And I was going to say 3 knights. We had 2 knights that come out. Then we have the Knight of Cups coming out. But I've been told not to take that one, to take the Magician in instead. The Magician is about alchemy. It's also to do with having what it is that you need to create what you want. Manifestation, knowing that it's an abundance. An abundance, it's a vibration that you connect into rather than something that you seek out, if that makes sense. The Five of Wands coming in here, there does seem to be someone who is fighting or angry over some sort of love interest that may be coming in for you. There is more than one person coming in for you. I feel like you've attracted quite a few admirers. Maybe you've got some secret admirers that you're not aware of. You may have some people that you're dating. And I always say this, if it doesn't resonate with you, or you're pushing against it, then it's not for you. You do not need to put shouty caps saying that you don't want love. If you don't want love, you don't want love. You don't claim the reading. Claim a different one, right? But for those of you that are looking for love, or are open to that, it seems like there's more than one person coming through, and whoever it is that's trying to scare you at nighttime, or give you night terrors or nightmares, is doing so to, it's like they want to stop your healing in something, because if they stop your healing, then this person won't come in for you, or they're vexed that someone's coming in for you. The Five of Wands is a fight energy. It's very much fight energy. I'm putting the Knight of Cups here next to the Chariot in reverse. Okay. It's like they're trying to change the trajectory of who it is that comes in for you. The Five of Wands to the Three of Wands. Yeah, this person here seems to be working either with chaos magic, with, why did I hear dark matter? They're not working with dark matter. They are but they're working with something dark, definitely. You have the Emperor in reverse when I split it open. and you have the King of Swords here. Okay, one of your secret admirers may be somebody who plays on the wrong side of the law. Somebody who may have anger issues. I'm having to remember to speak up because sometimes I know that I can speak quite quietly, and I haven't been using my microphone simply because it's really temperamental. Sometimes it works perfect, and other times I could move slightly and that's it, it just cuts out, and I will do an entire reading, and it's happened before where, you know, people can only hear a third of what I'm saying. So it's better that I don't have it for now, until I can get myself a big one that can just sit there and I can shout into. Tell me about this Three of Cups, please. Tell me about the Three of Cups, please. The Eight of Cups is coming out. The Three of Cups is in reverse to the Eight of Cups. There's definitely the energy of trying to make someone feel overwhelmed. Because the Three of Cups in the upright is about celebration. It's an invitation. It's an event. You know, it's happy times, party. In reverse, it's the opposite of all of those things. It's not wanting to socialize. This may be trying to isolate someone here. The Eight of Cups I'm going to place down, which is an overwhelming emotional response, or just overwhelming. Something's overwhelming here. You have the Empress underneath and the Ace of Wands to Devil. Yes, someone's really pushing home. They're pushing hard with sending some sort of distorted energy towards you, and it's to do with your sleep pattern, your eating pattern, your self-worth, any substances that you may have, you know, partaken in, like smoking, drinking, going out and partying and not taking care of your body. And I'm not saying that you do that or that you're not taking care of your body, but someone was doing something to excess. The Moon to the Empress is coming out here though. It seems like it was governed and led by someone's emotions. It may be something that was passed down via like family trauma, generational trauma. It gives the energy also of, like, for example, if your grandparents were always worried about money or came from a time that was really poverty stricken, that could have been passed down to your mother or your father, or both, who knows. And then that as a seed, like as a code, was given to you. And then with the Devil energy, this could be looking at your relationship with money and how you're always worried that you won't get paid. And if you don't get paid on time, freaking out and thinking that you're going to lose your house, and going and straight away going to like doomsday, like what am I going to do? Now I'm only using money as an example because it could be food, it could be friends and abandonment, it could be anything. It does seem though that this thing is being addressed. It's not something that you're hiding from. It's something that the universe or God or whoever you see as the oneness of all was getting you ready. They knew when you'd be ready to have a look at this and be able to look at it without being frightened. And that's not judgment either if you were frightened to look at it before. The Moon coming out here, especially that 18 condensing down to a 9, we're looking at the 9th house, and that's Sagittarius. We're looking at philosophies. It's a perception change here. There's an expansion in someone's consciousness and understanding of wounds, of what happened to them when they were younger. I'm hearing what happened to them when they were younger. The Empress coming out here is really, really beautiful card, because the Empress is about harvest. It's the energy of, it's also giving with the pomegranate there. It's giving me Persephone for some reason. It's giving me like death. And I feel like somebody is no longer scared of endings. They're no longer scared of something here. And this is why whoever it is that's sending things to you is finding it so difficult to get a reaction from you in the way that they were expecting that they would. This is maybe why they're having to really put the, what is it, the pedal to the metal. Is that the right thing? Like when they put the, you know, accelerator down. I'm not a driver, can you tell? They're really having to do something. They're really, really having to send a lot of chaos energy or a lot of fight energy. But it doesn't seem to be doing what they thought it would. Because the Empress coming out is almost like, well, okay, so if this is coming towards me and the universe or my guides or my team of highest light and resonance is allowing it, there's a lesson to be learnt within this. What is it? It's conquering a fear of some sort. It may go hand in hand with whatever it is that you are healing right now, which could be a generational cycle or generational curse, right? Because we have the Ace of Wands underneath. I feel like, where have I got that song? Is it Tipsy by Shabuzi? I can never remember his name properly. Somebody wants to take you out. Somebody wants to take you out. Who is it that wants to take you out? Please and thank you. King of Wands is coming out to the Nine of Wands, to the Seven of Cups. Okay, so it does seem like whoever it is that is trying to put fear in you or mess with your sleep patterns or doing whatever they're doing at night time, they seem to be focused very much on this King of Wands and this King of Wands coming towards you. The King of Wands is also being represented by the Magician in reverse though. So this Magician in reverse doesn't have a lot to offer because this person still has, they still have a path they need to walk on when it comes to healing. Because this Magician in reverse is almost like refusing to heal something, walking away from actually healing something because it is scary, right? We have the Nine of Wands here as well, so this is putting up some sort of blockage or putting some sort of barrier. I think that's what this person who is sending you things, and I'm getting a feminine energy. Know that my readings are for entertainment purposes only. I firstly need to say that. And also, if you are new to my channel, you won't know the things that I say at the start, like the liability bits, that it's for entertainment purposes only. Use your discernment when listening to tarot and how you wish to use that in your life. Know that we hold both masculine and feminine energy. So if I say a feminine energy, it doesn't actually automatically mean I'm talking about a woman. You know, take it as it resonates. Claim what claims you and leave the rest for someone else. However, I feel a feminine energy coming through. And this person is very focused on trying to make, there's something about being frightened of the dark or being frightened of going to sleep. And it's to do with this King of Wands. This King of Wands is very, I feel like this King of Wands, look, he's actually carrying a red flag. He's literally telling you who he is before he even arrives, right? The red on here is also to do with the root chakra. So we're looking at someone who is very hands-on, very tangible. Maybe they go to the gym quite a lot and work out. They may use logic over intuition. They could use their hands a lot in work. They could be a boxer, they don't have to be. Somebody also who works with their root chakra quite a lot. So this could be someone who enjoys desire and pleasure a lot more than psychology and philosophy, if that makes sense. And it's not saying that this person is dumb or this person isn't intelligent, just we have different ways of interacting. And this person seems to, I am getting at this person may have, they've done something to this feminine. They've done something to this feminine for this feminine to be focusing so hard on you. And I don't know if this King of Wands has been unfaithful to this feminine. There's definitely a story that's being told, or there's definitely a narrative that the feminine has made up or is going with when it comes to you and this King of Wands. The Nine of Wands being here is almost like a barrier or a boundary, as much as it's the wounded healer. And we do look at, you know, the wounded healer talks about how healing is painful and it takes time, and it's usually depicted by someone leaning on a stick, looking a bit weathered, you know, worn out. The fact that we haven't got that here, I'm taking it more that this is to do with a boundary of some sort when it comes to romance. So you do have someone here who could be like a scorned ex. They could be the mother or father of the child of this King of Wands. Or they could just see themselves as your competition in some way. You've got the Emperor coming out in reverse. So we do have the Empress here. The Empress is in the upright. This is somebody who is very grounded in reality. They're very nurturing to themselves. They are all of the queens in one. They have attained all of those achievements. The Emperor being in reverse is the opposite. This is somebody who has still got goals within their life that they need to see before they can even reach. So there is, it's almost like you are a mirror image, like a warped mirror image. I think you may trigger this person. You trigger this person in some way. And I don't know if you're triggering this feminine energy as well. Because this feminine energy may be looking at one of these suitors that wants to come forward, or one of these admirers, as well, that's the emperor, that's their emperor, you can't be the empress then. And it's like, well, nobody said that you wanted that emperor. We do have the Three of Swords coming out here. This person may find what they're doing very therapeutic, like they are all for an eye for an eye. I don't care if that person hurts me, I'm going to hurt them back even worse, and then they'll feel better about it. And it's giving the energy of like emotional immaturity. And I don't just mean like, oh, that person's immature, as in they don't know how to regulate their emotions, because maybe they were never taught how to do so. And because they weren't taught how to do so, they don't know how to adapt to change. They haven't got that resilience to adapt to change, whether it's because they had overprotective parents who wouldn't let them, you know, learn through play or learn through experiences, or whether they've had, you know, trauma when they were young. Either ways, this person, they take some sort of enjoyment here in what they're doing. Eight of Pentacles is coming out to the Four of Wands. This may actually be their job, you know. They may have either a side hustle or a full-on full-time job where they do this for other people as well, because the Eight of Pentacles is about being a master of something, practicing so many times with so many different tools that you've been able to hone your practice in to a point that you can do it with your eyes closed, okay? And you've got the Ace of Swords coming out. This person could be a wordsmith. So they could be a siren, or they could class themselves as a siren. They're very good at placing doubt and confusion in other people's minds. So that's like mind invasion and things like that. But they're having to work quite hard to even get a reaction from you, especially when it comes to going to sleep. Someone here really enjoys pitch black sleep. Like they like it so there's like not one bit of light. Other people are not bothered by the dark. The dark doesn't scare them. Why is that important? Why is that important, please and thank you? Two of Wands is coming out to the Four of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Okay, so with the Four of Cups, the two of Wands coming out in reverse, it's almost like you've been down a path like that before and you've conquered fear. You've conquered fear, especially when we go back to this addiction thing. Someone here is they're very aware of what their vices were. They're very aware of what their trauma is, where it came from, why you carry it the way that you do, and how far you are into your healing. Someone here is very, very, very self-aware, but also it's not your first rodeo is what I'm hearing. It's not your first rodeo. So with the Three of Cups in reverse, like not being invited, or the party is over, and it's giving me the song, what was it? When the Party's Over by Billie Eilish. And in the video, where she drinks like what looks like poison, and then it's dripping out of her eyes and her mouth, and it's just going everywhere, and it's talking about not genuinely being yourself, like in a maybe even abusive relationship, right? And how that poisons yourself, and like how you go back for more of it. Someone here has been in those cycles before and has healed from those and has had to struggle through those. So someone trying to send some sort of negative juju, I'm hearing a monitor spirit, or trying to send something to them to scare them, isn't going to cut it, because you faced your demons, or you faced something within your shadow that you may have seen as much bigger and badder and scarier than whatever it is that they're trying to send in your dreams, or whatever they're trying to do to your dreams. And that's why it's not working. Wow, you have the Four of Cups here. Yeah, your strength, there's something here about your strength, your inner strength, to be able to refuse the devil when he comes knocking at the door and just being like, nope, this is my space. I don't want you in here. I have been through too many hurdles. I've opened that door way too many times thinking that you were an angel and not the devil. Not this time. No, thank you. No, thank you. Hot pass. Next. The Four of Cups is about either ignoring or dismissing what we don't want, what we just don't want. You then have the Four of Swords. This is rest. This is taking time to rest. I feel like someone here is fully aware that healing takes time, it's not linear. and to reap the rewards from them. It's an everyday showing up for yourself. And even if it's only small steps and small things that you can do, patting yourself on the back for what it is that you have done. Some people live with chronic pain, chronic illnesses. Some people are unable to work because of mental health issues. Others are stay-at-home parents. Some people may be working really high octane pressured jobs. But it seems that if you're watching this, no matter where you fall into it, you've got to a point where you respect yourself enough to know when you need time to rest, when you need time to heal, when it's, you know, which battle to pick and which one to just let it go. Let them, you have your fake little victory. It's hollow anyway, right? So this Four of Swords coming out then to the Six of Swords. The Empress is the Empress because she learned all of these things. She went through her divine feminine in, you know, in the, what's the word? While representing Pentacles and Cups and Wands and Swords. And she had to work really, really, really hard to go from the ace of every single one of those suits all the way up to the Queen before she could become the Empress. And this is the reason why we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It takes time. If there are going to be blocks, it's fine. We're working through them. If Source is bringing this to your door and you feel like it's a delay, you know the reason why there's a delay, because you're being asked to slow down in some way. The Six of Swords coming out is also talking about moving on to greener pastures. And I honestly feel like someone here is already fully aware that there is somebody who's almost like on the outskirts of either your energy, of your circle of friends, of acquaintances, of getting ready to come in, that they want to come in very hot and heavy, almost like very passionate, want to take you out, wine, dine and 96 you know what I mean, and you're aware of it, and I don't think you're interested in that, because anybody can, I'm hearing anybody can like dig you down, but it takes an actual king to be able to keep up with their queen. And just because someone's coming in as the King of Wands, that don't mean anything. And I know that sounds horrible because that's an achievement in itself to get to the King of Wands. But as I stated in my last reading yesterday, anyone could come onto this board and be represented by a major arcana. Just because it's not upright does not mean that their intent is good. It just means that's how they're portraying themselves to the world. So this King of Wands can be seen as a hard worker, as somebody who is a leader, somebody who, they just get stuff done. But this person's coming through with a lot of sensual energy and a lot of spectral energy. And then you have the Knight of Cups next to them. So there is something here with, they have left this feminine energy in the wind, in the dust. And I feel like they never committed to them properly. And if they did commit to them, it was very superficial. You now have somebody who has been having a lot of superficial relationships coming towards you, saying, well, I don't want that anymore. I want to have a full committed relationship with you. What they don't realize is that if you're not already in a relationship, there is a really healthy relationship coming towards you. And I heard it's a slow burn. It's not something where you have to rush into it and you move in after 2 months or 3 months and you're engaged within 6 months, because I feel like this King of Wands is wanting something like that. Or this King of Wands may have used that as pillow talk for the people before that they were in open relationships with, or situationships with, or on and off relationships with, including whoever this feminine is. Okay, which may have left a lot of like inner struggle, a lot of confusion, a lot of conflicting kind of understandings within whoever this feminine energy is. Because I don't, you know what, I don't feel sorry for them, but I don't feel mad towards them either. This person has allowed their boundaries to be ignored by this King of Wands, and this King of Wands seems to have broken their heart. But now it's their responsibility what they do with that, rather than blaming somebody else for the breakup of our relationship, right? Now at present, with the Six of Cups being here, the Six of Cups in the upright is about nostalgia and things that happen in the past. With it in the reverse, we're talking about present time The Seven of Wands in reverse also. At present time, somebody here feels conflicted. Someone feels really conflicted and they want to figure out why. One or two. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Let me see. Someone is feeling very conflicted here and I want to know why. You've got a tower underneath. There's definitely a tower coming in here. So there's some sort of major change happening for an Empress. So this could be for you. Let's see what that major change is. The High Priestess. Oh my gosh. You have the High Priestess and you also have the Empress. And I'm really, really sorry if the screams and shrieking from the little street urchins outside is bothering you, or if it's distracting you, okay? I think they're like 13 or 14 and they're like out there on like a little picnic blanket. I don't know if they're playing hooky or something from school. So they're really in their feels of being really cool right now, which is really cute. You have the High Priestess coming out. I've been told to put them away. Okay. Show us what we need to see, please, and thank you for the first row. So we have the Chariot in reverse, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Nine of Wands. What is this wound? The Moon. The Moon's come out again, but the Moon's in reverse. Someone here really wants you to be unbalanced when it comes to trusting your heart space and trusting people with it. Trusting people with it. Because that's always the scary part, isn't it? When you meet someone and you actually realize, I actually really like this person, and you can see that that person really likes you, and it's more than just dating and hey, I could have a future with this person. Then it becomes a little bit like, because you have to open up, you have to be vulnerable, and there's always that risk that you could be rejected. So here with the Moon in reverse, I am getting that there is definitely the projection coming from this feminine energy of you being unsure of yourself. And again, this person does it as a job, or people pay them. I heard donations. Someone gives them donations to do hexes or like spell jars. You have Judgment in reverse. This person doesn't seem to realize that, or they don't care. This person, I don't know, they've got a very, I'll take everything down with me. If I'm going to go down, then everything's coming down with me. The Judgment being in reverse is like negative karma. The Three of Swords in reverse is healing. I don't know if this person feels like they need to heal their negative karma. What's going on there? Knight of Wands is coming out as well. So they're trying to stop some sort of negative karma from coming towards them. And they think, oh, so they thought that what they're doing towards you would take their karma away? Why would they think that? That's so odd. Why would they think that, Spirit? The Eight of Wands is coming out. Because they feel like blocking you being able to control some sort of urge, addiction. Again, I don't know if there's something that you're doing or used to do in excess. Maybe when you were younger, there was something you did in excess. And you got the Hierophant coming out in reverse. It could have been to cope with a separation. It could have been to cope with a divorce in the family. It could have been to hide the fact that someone got kicked out of school. And you have the Sun underneath as well. So it actually could have been something like that. They're really trying to push that. Why are they doing that though? How does that help them? How does it help them exactly when it comes to karma? The Four of Wands, it gives them stability. And then you've got the Six of Swords and it takes them away from some sort of trouble. This person has a very blocked third eye, or they're very blocked from the divine. Their intuition is all over the place. And I'm talking about the feminine here. They've done something to access themselves and it's burnt their third eye, or it's done something to their third eye. Now I'm going to put the Four of Wands down next to the Four of Swords, which I really love because we're talking about safety, security, rest, peace, transformation, having a good night's sleep. See, it's going back to the start again, where they were trying to disrupt your sleep in some way. This isn't just about like trying to put fear into you. It's trying to get you to feel not sure-footed, to feel like you're not on like stable ground. So how do you do that? You do that by taking away someone's sleep here. The Six of Swords is being represented by the Six of Swords. Oh my gosh. There's definitely the energy of whoever it is that they were dating or in a situationship running away from them. They seem to have kind of like just got up and left like really, really quickly. So there's more to this person than them just being angry at you for taking their person. This king of wands here with their, you know, big branch that's set alight. This person is, why are they reminding me of Shere Khan in like the original Aladdin, like the animated Aladdin, where at the end he has his tail tied next to a branch with fire on it, and when he sees it he freaks out and he leaves. And you'd only freak out and run away if you'd had experiences before where fire could hurt you or fire did something to you, right? Because otherwise you'd be like, oh, what is this? It's warm, let me touch it, ow. So the reaction was to run away the minute they saw it. I feel like this King of Wands has been burnt by whoever the Five of Wands is, whoever this feminine energy is. And those wands, some of those wands are actually burning. Some of them are like, some of them have like prongs on them. Some of them are sharp. Other ones have fire, and they're all around a hornet's nest. It may be that this person just brings, they seem to bring drama or chaos wherever they are. They bring, and I had mistakes. There's something about their behavior that maybe at first was seen as a bit reckless and chaotic, but it wasn't allure. It wasn't like allurement to, I don't know if that's a word, to this King of Wands. But this person doesn't want the smoke anymore. They don't want the smoke. They've run away. They've literally run away. And with the Magician being in reverse, they literally ran away with the, like the stuff, the shirt on their back. Or they ran away with very little. I feel like they have been drained of either finances or material things, especially as this King of Wands is very material, tangible, hands-on. They've lost a lot of things and they just left. They literally just left and went. Yeah, but it's not over. We've got Death card in reverse. This is giving me Uma Thurman in My Psycho Ex-Girlfriend. Or my what is it? My ex-girlfriend is a psycho. I can't remember which one it is. And Uma Thurman is like a superhero. So she's like, she's obsessed. Obsessed with stalking her ex to the point that she throws an actual live shark into his apartment when he's chatting up some other girl. Like, who does that? This person, whoever the feminine energy is, with who is the Five of Wands, she would do that. If she had the superpowers to do that, you would have a shark in your living room right now. And I know I'm laughing about that, but that's not okay. Come on, that's not okay. Okay, tell me about this Five of Wands energy. The Emperor's in reverse. So this person may be feeling very I heard abandoned. They feel abandoned. They feel like something is failing and it's the King of Wands' fault, but I heard it's to do with your words. Your words inspired them to do something. Your words inspired this King of Wands to leave or to stop investing in some way. And this is why this person has such laser focus on you. So we have the Emperor coming out. Remember, the Emperor isn't always about a person. It can also be to do with a business. It can be to do with an empire. Because the Emperor, he resides over an empire. It being in reverse is like everything falling down, a house of cards and a gust of wind, and all of that hard work, whew, gone. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. Yeah, tell me about it once I've actually asked the question. Tell me about the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Three of Cups. Thank you. Five of Wands is coming out. They want you to fight back. I just had a confirmation, but they want you to fight back. This person is stating that they may be a siren, but I think that they are either an incubus or a succubus or just an energy vampire. They are somebody who feeds off of other people's like negative emotions and fear, as well as positive energy as well. They're not picky. They will take whatever they can get. Eight of Cups being in reverse though. Eight of Wands being in reverse. This is the energy of, I'm quite happy facing my fears and facing my demons, and something in my dream or something that's supposed to scare me in the dark is not working because I'm comfortable being in the darkness. That's for someone here, because the Eight of Cups in reverse is, rather than becoming overwhelmed by something, it's thinking logically or thinking in a very calm and centered way about something and continuously placing that same constant energy into whatever the problem is until you've fixed it. Now, the Eight of Wands in reverse, this can be seen as a block, but it can also be seen as a, this is where I am right presently, right here is where I am. And doing so, I feel like it's vexing this person more than anything else. It's vexing this feminine energy more than anything else. This is why they are ramping up. This is why they are, like with the Three of Wands, trying to send more and more and more. Okay, can I get 2 more cards before I go? Thank you. We have the King of Wands in reverse. So this King of Wands in reverse with the Four of Wands here. Your stability does not come from this King of Wands, and you need to be aware of this, because I feel like there is going to be a very strong or high attraction towards this King of Wands. And whether or not, I don't feel like this King of Wands does any spell work or anything like that. I think that the person that they were with does. That's the person that's sending stuff to you. And this is probably why this King of Wands has run away. In other words, like, I'm out of here. This is crazy. This King of Wands takes care of their appearance. They're very, very charming. But you're being told with the King of Wands in reverse next to the Four of Wands that your stability and your safety and your growth comes from not interacting with the King of Wands in that way. Okay, so if that King of Wands is coming towards you and trying to chat you up, and this is some gorgeous model looking person, it's not saying that you don't deserve somebody who is gorgeous and a model looking person, but dig deeper, see what's underneath the surface, because if there's nothing else underneath there, then this person isn't for you. And it's very, very poignant, and it's a very strong message that the King of Wands is in reverse next to the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords, because the Four of Wands is your safety, it's your stability, and the Four of Swords is your rest, it's your peace. Someone can look like Brad Pitt or Denzel Washington or any of the other fine ass looking men or women that are out there in the world, right? Excuse my language. But if there isn't consistency and if there isn't depth of character as well, what's the point? What's the point? Who wants a trophy wife or a trophy husband? So, you know, we're out here looking for our soul counterparts, not just someone that you can have on your arm. Can I get 1 more card, please, before I go? Thank you so much. The Lovers is coming out. I'm telling you, this person is going to make it very, very apparent that they are attracted to you. And I honestly feel like there are going to be sparks here, but these sparks may also be forced. This person is very, very good at charming. They're very good at charming other people, but you have the Knight of Cups coming out in reverse. I feel like there may be more to the reason why they're coming forward, but I may look into that into another reading. I hope that gave you some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you are new to my channel and this resonated, I would love for you to hit on the like, the subscribe, and on the notification bell so you can see more of my content. And when I post, if you are a returning subscriber, soul family, hearts, kisses, I love you guys. My readings are going to be open until mid-April, but that depends on how quickly the spaces go. If you would like to get a personal reading, just have a look down below, find the email, ensure that you actually look straight underneath the email at the services and the costs of each of those services. Make yourself familiar with those before you get in contact with me. Then just send me over an email. I usually get back to people within 24 to 48 hours and we can custom fit something for you. I love you guys. Bye.